Sunshower, why do we want to use three-way calls?
Why not?
Good question. Good question.
Well, three-way calls, as you just said, are one of the most powerful tools and unused tools that we have in network marketing. I personally have been using this tool since 2001, and my sponsor in the company at that time was really good at it and insisted on it. And I was like, oh, but I'm so afraid. How do I do this? And so I listened. We used to call it A, B, and C. So A was the expert, B was the introducer, and C would be the potential customer. Well, I remained the B because as a B, you could just be quiet. I was a B for the longest time. I was so nervous about this. But once you get the hang of this and you do see the magic of a three-way call, there's no stopping you. You got to use them all the time.
I love it. I love it. If you want your business to grow fast and easy, this, as we say all the time, this is a team sport, and three-way calls really, really, really models that for people. Okay. So when is the right timing to do a three-way call, Sunshower?
Well, in this day and age, because we have our fabulous InTouch app, the best time to do a three-way call is after you know that somebody has watched perhaps the 3-minute video that you've sent them. And so now you're checking in, you're doing your follow-ups, right? And you're calling and you're saying, wow, and you do a little chit chat. We'll demonstrate this in a bit. And then you'll see. And then we just move on into the actual three-way. And I would say it's really clever of you to let your upline or whoever's going to be your expert on a three-way call, let them know ahead of time that you're going to be making a few calls. Maybe ask them if they can look for your name on their phone for the next half hour or so while you make several calls. Who knows, you may not even reach a person that you really wanted to reach. They don't even pick up the phone. So you move on to someone else.
Great. So you're preparing the expert to be available.
Yes.
Yes. And you might want to have a few in the, on the side if you need to. Okay. So the next thing I think is where a lot of people get into an uncomfortable position. Like, how do you just gently, easily, let people know that you're inviting them into a three-way call?
Well, as with network marketing, folks, we all have become excellent listeners. So after we've done some chit chat with the person, we might say to them, so what did you like best about that video that I sent you? And they may give their answer and they may say, but I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And you go, oh, that's an excellent question. I wish I knew that myself, but I know the perfect person who does. So just a moment, I'm going to put us all together. And you don't even ask permission. I think that's a big issue. You think actually that you're imposing, and that's just something we need to get over. We don't want to impose on anybody. No, you're in a business and you're educating and you've got them to this point and they've told you what they liked best about the video. Why not move on?
Beautiful. Because a lot of people, if you did say, well, I'd like to get another person online, they think, oh, I'm going to bring on the closer, and we don't close in this business. As Gregory says, sales is about closing a deal. Network marketing is about opening a relationship. And so what you're doing by saying that is, I'm going to bring on someone who can really take good care of you, who can answer your questions. So you're really respecting them and you're coming from a place of wanting to give them the best information possible. So then it's time for the three-way. So when you're setting up the three-way call, what is your role in the three-way call?
I'm sort of the go-between now. So I've done my introducing to Lifewave through the video. I've chatted with them about, well, how's your day going and so forth. And then what did you like best about that video that I sent you? And you let them answer you, listen carefully, and say, once they give either a slight objection or a question, say, that is so great. I really wish I knew the answer to that. I'm going to get my good friend on the phone with us and she will take care of you perfectly, much better than I could. Then my job, once I have merged the two calls together, and now there is a three-way call in place. Now my job is to edify the person that's going to be giving the answer to the question. So our upline, we don't use that word. We just say, my good friend. And you might say something really positive about that person. In my case, you might say, I'm going to introduce you to Sunshower. She's a professional artist. She's in the Sedona area, and she's been doing network up, or may not even say that part, network marketing. Oh, no. May just
No,
say,
we love network marketing.
oh, okay, good. Okay. Who's been doing and loving network marketing for about 20 years. And she's happy to answer your call. And then you want to introduce, say, Sunshower to the person, your guest, right? And say something nice about them and where they live and like that. And then say, there you go for it. And then you just mute. Your job is to be quiet and take notes.
Beautiful. Okay. So some people say put gorilla tape over your mouth, you know, because your role, you set it up. You did the beautiful job of edifying both parties. If you can say something that connects them, you know, you both, I mean, I have a recent new brand partner, and we discovered we're both University of Michigan grads. And that's a bonding thing in the world for some people. You know, if you can find a way to get them like connected a little bit, that's great. So now, are you ready for a demo? Because you have a few people standing by.
Oh, I'm sure ready.
Okay, so I'll disappear. Who are we bringing on today?
Michelle Niels and Linda Addington. Is
Okay.
Linda with us?
Michelle, add to the spotlight.
And if she raises her hand, you'll be able to find her.
Linda, you want to raise your hand so I can easily bring you to the forefront here? There you are. Okay, add to spotlight, and I'm going to remove me, and I'm going to let you guys run with it.
Okay.
Let's see. Remove spotlight. Over to you.
Thanks, everybody. Well, I'd love to let you know that yesterday we did a little practice session. So it's not like this totally ad lib, kind of ad lib, but we even had an extra person in case one of us couldn't make it. I just want to acknowledge Lynette Jacobson. She's on the call too. There she is, and would have been ready had one of us gone south or something. So here we go. So in this case, I'm going to be the quote expert or the quote upline who is going to try and answer a question of Linda, who is being introduced to Lifewave through Michelle. So shall we hold our phones, you know, like we're actually doing this? Let's do that.
Oh boy, I don't know where my phone is at the moment.
Okay, well
I'm just going to do this. Yeah.
Call you.
Yeah.
All right. So it'll be like ring, ring. And so then Linda will answer her phone, and Michelle they'll have a little talk first, and then I'll be introduced. Go ahead, you guys. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Good morning, Linda. How are you?
Hi, Michelle. I'm so happy to hear from you.
Oh, is this a good time for you to talk for a few minutes?
Your timing is perfect. I just finished some work and sat down.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, how are things going? What's going on in your life today? How are you?
I'll put you on speaker. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes.
So things are good. I mean, thank you for sending me that video. It was really interesting.
Good. Well, tell me what you liked the most about that, or what intrigued you or interested.
Well, what caught my attention was that people are getting better sleep. But another thing, Michelle, they look like little Band-Aids. How do they work? I mean, do you just stick them on? And maybe you can tell me more about that.
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I am going to bring on the line a very dear friend of mine, Sunshower Rose, and she's been at this a lot longer than I have. She's out of Sedona, and she's an artist.
Oh.
And and she is just a wonderful human being. She's warm and loving and caring, and she's been doing network marketing for about 20 some years.
Wow.
And she's been in Lifewave for a few years. She's a little more of a veteran than I am. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to bring her on the line and we can have a little chat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I get on my phone and I click on the button on your cell phone. It says add call. And I'm going to click add call and I go through my lineup and I find Sunshower and then I call her and Sunshower answers.
Hello.
Hi, Sunshower, it's Michelle. And I have Linda on the line. Let me merge us all. So Sunshower was expecting my call, right? I mean, because I had planned this a little bit ahead of time. And then I go on my phone and I click merge. And at least that's what it is on an iPhone. I'm not sure about an Android, but it says merge. And so I click merge and then all of us are together. Okay. Linda, are you there?
Yes. Hi.
And Sunshower, are you still there?
I'm here.
All right. It worked. Yay. So Linda Addington, she lives in Las Vegas, Sunshower, and she has watched the 3-minute video. And she has a couple of great questions that I wanted to turn over to you. And Sunshower, yeah, she's a wonderful human being. I'm gonna let you guys talk. I'm just going to be quiet.
Well, hello, Linda.
Hi, Sunshower. What a beautiful name.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Tell me a bit about yourself. Where do you live? What kinds of things do you do? What are you passionate about?
I love that you're an artist because I collect art, and we'll talk later about that perhaps. But I'm a musician. I write music, and so we're probably kindred souls that way.
I bet we are. And where do you live?
I live in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Okay, cool. So I understand that you've watched a video that Michelle sent you.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me a little bit about what you're wondering about, or can I answer a question? I only have a little bit of time, but I'm happy to spend some time with you.
Okay, I can be brief. I was totally loving the idea that I can get better sleep. That's fantastic. But I'm just wondering, how does a little patch that you stick on your body, how does that do that? How does that work?
It's clever, isn't it? It's like the size of a quarter. And it does what? All these various things. Well, first of all, I think it's extremely interesting that you live in the city that never sleeps.
And I lived in New York before that, so no sleep ever.
Oh, so you have a lot of stuff going on around you. Is it any wonder? Wow. So how long have you had that issue of not really being able to sleep very well?
Well, I fall asleep quite easily, but then I wake up and then it takes me sometimes several hours to fall back asleep. And so I'm just watching the clock, right?
Oh, that's got to be difficult. Then you can try to do your work the next day and not really, you're just not with it, right? Oh, I understand. Well, there's so much that could be said here. We actually have several different patches that might help. And we also have aromatherapy mists. One's called Dream, and it's been helping people with their sleep as well. It's kind of, this company is kind of the miracle maker. It's all science, yet people are experiencing around the world amazing things. I think, if I don't miss my mark, if you'd like to unmute just for a minute here, Michelle, didn't you have a sleep issue too?
Yes, I did. Linda, I dealt with sleep issues for many, many years. And after using the X39 it was a matter of weeks, I believe. It's been a little while since I don't remember exactly, but it was a few weeks, maybe a month. And I noticed my sleep got deeper, much, much deeper, where when I did wake up in the middle of the night, I didn't even know where I was or and I knew that my sleep quality must have been much, much deeper because previously I would wake up and I would be wide awake, like ready to, fly a space shuttle. I just had all my brain signals firing. And after being on just the X39 for a matter of weeks, I was starting to sleep a lot deeper.
Wow. Because I try to resolve the issues of the world when I can't sleep. It's like this.
Thanks for that, Michelle. I too, maybe my mind is a little bit active. Maybe I've got something coming up the next day and I'm nervous about it. And I just keep, thinking. Well, X39, of course, I've been using consistently. And I even have another story around the word consistent. Okay, let me get back to that. But I decided to try one of our pets is called Silent Nights. And I just couldn't go back to sleep when my cat woke me up about 2 wanting food and I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I still can't get back to sleep. So I used the one called Silent Nights and I woke up at 7 in the morning, fully rested. It's just freaking amazing. Do you have any further questions?
Well, just like I said, how does it work?
How does it work? Works really good. It's working with our light body. That's what I love to say. I love that kind of spiritual aspect of this too. It seems like it's spiritual because it's working with the infrared that comes off of our skin, and it's very frequency oriented. And for me to explain it is just actually beyond me because I'm not a scientist, I'm an artist. But I know that Michelle would have a place to send you. Don't you have a great site or maybe another video that you could send to Linda, Michelle?
Absolutely. Yes, we can chat about that, Linda. There are a few videos on sleep, in fact, featuring David Schmidt, our founder and inventor. So I can certainly send that off to you today.
As a musician, I'm so intrigued by the word frequency. That's fantastic.
Oh, fabulous. Well, good. Well, let's say if we were to rate you a scale of 1 to 10, what's your level of interest since we've had this chat?
Well, I'm going to say I love learning and I would just like a little more information, but I'm on scale of 1 to 10, I would be like an 8.
Well, that's really good. So do you like to read or listen or watch things?
I'm very visual, so probably a video would be good.
A video? Okay. So I'm happy to have Michelle send you something. And, Michelle, please give Linda my number as well. You're welcome to call me anytime. I can't wait to meet you, Linda.
Yay. Maybe next month in Sedona.
That's right. I hope you can come. Good. Well, thank you. I really have to get going now, and I'm going to.
Thanks for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Linda, stay on the line, hon. I'll be with. Yeah. Thank you, Sunshower. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. So, Linda, I'm so excited. We got to chat with Sunflower. Isn't she an amazing human being?
She is. And the people that I'm meeting in this community are so awesome. I really feel seen and heard. I love that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's one of the things I love about this company more, it's the community. I mean, there's 3 reasons people join a network marketing business, and community is one. And this is a beautiful community. So thank you so much. And what I'd like to do is plan another time to chat with you. And what would be best for you tomorrow? Let's see, today's Thursday. So tomorrow after 5, I'll be done with work, or Saturday, like early afternoon. What works better?
Let me just check my phone. I don't like to try to keep it up in my head.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like Saturday's going to be better for me.
Okay. Like 1 o'clock Saturday?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. Thanks, Linda, and have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Michelle. See you. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. There we go.
So I'd like to just add one more thing, and that is, what a beautiful ending to the phone call. Another thing that's really smart of us is to then debrief. So Michelle and I maybe would have a little discussion about how we felt the call went, the 3-way call, what went best, what could we improve on. So I think other than that, I think you guys have gotten the idea. The idea is to embrace the 3-way call, have no fear, step up to the plate, and maybe practice with one of your upline and a friend. In fact, what if the friend just watched the video and you go, I just need to practice this 3-way thing. And then usually a friend will want to help you and say, well, sure, let's do that.
Well, I just want to chime in. Robin had to scoot out the door, so I'm taking over on the tail end. But what a beautiful job. Thank you, ladies. You did spectacular. It was very natural and it was fun. Sunshower made a new friend with Linda. Michelle kind of did a nice job introduction and backed out. Sunshower, I love how you brought Michelle in for testimonial, for validation. So that included her in the call, but the primary interaction was between you and Linda. It was done so naturally and smoothly. I love that very much.